Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the middleweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors. Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, Global Next Trade, Unibet, FlexMize Business Loans, and Bow Nutrition. Our timekeeper is Brett Bowles, and when the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Kieran McCann. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with red and weighed in officially at 159.12 pounds. Coming to us from Narva, Estonia, he is a veteran of 29 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dimitri Dimaprokounas. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing white with bronze and weighed in officially at 159.15 pounds. Hailing from Colchester, England, he had a stellar amateur career, proudly representing Great Britain at the 2024 Olympics, becoming a bronze medalist, and now tonight he makes his highly anticipated professional boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Lewis Richardson.
Both know the rules, you will obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to break clean, take a step back, throw no punches. Mind your heads in close, lads, and most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands.
So, almost a year after he became the only medaling success of a pretty disappointing Olympic cycle for Team GB, the very intelligent, well-schooled former amateur star and Paris bronze medalist Lewis Richardson has the dream stage for his debut. He's brought big support up the A12 from Colchester. A stadium bow for a major talent, Frank Warren smiling. He got his man Eddie Hearns just arrived next to him. He didn't get him.
No, he never. But this man here, with all the attributes that you mentioned, Adam, what he has along with that is lots of ambition, lots of desire to go all the way. He's hungry for success, wants to get a move on, he really does. And you can see already that terrific hand speed that he possesses.
Yeah, good timing Lewis Richardson has out of that southpaw style. He's quick, he finds angles, he's good in and out. He's just a wonderful boxer, isn't he, Barry?
Yeah, he's got loads of skill. It's just, what we want to see for the amateurs is that transitional period where you want to keep the fast hands, the fast feet, but you want to also just start sitting down when your punches a little bit more, because power comes into play now in the amateur game. It's not really that important as it is as a pro. So it's just about turning into the shots, sitting down on your punches, but still trying to maintain that speed and that energy that you had as an amateur.
Also like seeing these top-class amateurs starting on 6 rounds. You mentioned there, he's 28 years old, there's no need for him to do 4-rounders here. Bundles of talent, you know, he's been around the world, you know, operating at the highest level, get straight in at 6.
I would say, you know, every top-class fighter should start on a 6-rounder. 6. So did I thought you were going to say 4.
You both did. Jim Watt used to say 4-rounders shouldn't exist. Everyone should start at 6-rounders. Carl's, I don't know what Carl's saying. There's an argument going on the ringside.
Carl did 4 4-rounders to start his career.
4 4-rounders, and he was a better fighter than either of you two.
Easy.
How far can Lewis go in the pro ranks? It is a different sport. All the attributes of an amateur. It's important often to have that really good pedigree. We remember the southpaw skills of Luke Campbell getting gold at the Olympics in 2012 and maybe should have become a world champion, but it's different as a pro.
It is but he got to fight for a world title, and he got to the very top. He just didn't tick that last box. That was all there for Luke Campbell. So he was successful in many ways. And I think for Richardson, he has the ability to go all the way. But there's so many other factors in the pro game that, you know, can he hold a shot? What's he like under pressure? Does he have the stamina to go 12 rounds? You know, all those things he'll develop, and we'll learn, and he'll learn as he goes along.
Right hand from Brockenas, who's not overawed here in fight number 30. He knows his way around the ring. Probably won't be able to live with Richardson in terms of talent or skill or speed or ability, but he'll try. And he's game.
Pace down a little bit now. Slow it down, yeah? Yeah, just shots. Out a bit left, or? Yeah, don't waste too much energy.
Oi, use your bolo. There for it.
Turn your head, dude. Turn your head.
Polo hook, yeah?
Yeah, use that bolo. Did a double left. Dennis Adams in the corner there leading it. With Chris Hall, Liam Alloway and Duncan Ogilvie. Big Dunk at the back there. That's the Lewis Richardson team as he goes out for the second of 6 in his first ever professional fight. Good support from Colchester, popular figure. Bright guy, isn't he? Lovely to talk to.
Yeah, he really is. Loads of charisma, lovely fella. Boxing nicely, as Barry said, you know, as fights progress, they just start learning the pro game, just start sitting down on the shots more, really fully rotating through the shots. But as far as artillery is concerned, you know, shot selection, as I say, accuracy, speed, it's all there.
Just digging body shots in, Barry, there.
Yeah, but what he's doing quite well, he's maintaining that distance, not getting too close, especially when he wants to throw that uppercut from range. He's turning into the shot rather than step too close and smother it. And he's punching nice and long, so he's using his attributes at the right time, and that's good to see. Obviously, he's a top-class amateur. He knows how to throw a punch and how to deliver a shot correctly, but he's slowed down a little bit with his footwork in the second round, but still producing the quality work here.
Dimitri Brockenas in those black and red trunks has only been stopped once in his 20 defeats, and that was to Jimmy Sains, and that was in this very round. So he normally navigates his way through.
And what it is with these really top-class amateurs that turn pro, that they eliminate the risk of getting caught with anything, and that's why you see they don't fully commit to the shots. Because when you really commit to the shot, you know, for a split second you are vulnerable. On the flip side, someone like Fabio Wardley on tonight's main event, who doesn't have that amateur background, he doesn't have that sort of, I don't know, that grounding to sort of listen to, so he just commits to everything. So it'll take Richardson some time just to sort of grow into the pro game. But I don't think it would take him long with the talent that he has and the desire and ambition, as I say.
That's it, so important, we say, to have a fantastic amateur pedigree. But Fabio Wardley had just a handful of white-collar fights, and he sold out a stadium. So there we go. You never know, do you?
No, it's a mad sport, isn't it? And Wardley's one of the craziest stories if he does get to the very top. But this kid here, Richardson, is just showing the ability of the hand speed. You know, the rattle-off combinations with 4 and 5, moves fast down the line as well, with accuracy in his work. Again, he'll learn to turn into the shots now.
Yeah, he will, and he's really smothering Prokunas now with, you know, presence and work rate. They're not heavy shots, but you see the Estonia really starting to breathe heavy now.
Just start sitting down a little bit, just bending those legs a little bit more. You know, rather than trying to sort of tense up and get power in the shot, use your legs to generate that power. And still, that'll allow your upper body to stay a bit more relaxed, so you won't lose that speed, but you still add more weight into your shots.
Yep, not looking for the power yet, Lewis Richardson, but he's boxing beautifully, side to side, in front of his family at ringside. 2 rounds down, 2 to Richardson. Don't stand in front of him too long.
Turn your head, dude.
To get him on that rope more, go round on the angles, go round the sides of the body.
You've got to get around the side, haven't you?
Good though.
Well, there's the big smile of the very affable, intelligent young man from Colchester, who believes he will be a big success in the pros. Some feel he's got too much of an amateur style. He might not generate too much power as we go along, but he disagrees. He thinks that he's going to grow into it. He's 28 now, Barry, and there is time, but the skills are there.
Yeah, he's got an amateur style because he's an amateur boxer until right now. I mean, so you're going to have that. The corner is telling him all the right things there. When you get him on the ropes, and I love that, you've got to get around the side. When we talk about that semicircle on the body, just change the angle, and he's doing it.
Exactly what he's doing.
And look at that, the movement after. Rolled under, stepped to his right. He's always in front of Procrunas as well. Really making the Estonian work. And they're not heavy shots, but the accuracy is fantastic. The speed is blistering. There's an awful lot to like. So much to work with, there really is.
And let's be honest, this is a fight just to get introducing. That's all it is. This is how he's an Olympic bronze medalist. This is his start of his career. This is not a fight with any jeopardy in it at all. Like for all of us, most of it. That's the truth. So you know, it's all about just let's have a look at him. See the potential that he might have. That he's shown as an amateur. Are we seeing it now? Maybe in the pro game. And I think skill for skill, it's all there for him.
Yep, trying to back up Procrunas in the neutral corner. He's only got one stoppage on his record, the Estonian. He's 20, so he's packed plenty into his young boxing life. But he is set for a life on the road, and it's a hard career, but he'll be earning his money. He'll want to go the distance. That will be the moral victory, and then he can be back on the scene in a week or two.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's probably got a fight lined up within the next couple of weeks, so it's so important that he doesn't get stopped, so he doesn't get the 30 days ban. But this is good work again, good presence, good intent on the front foot, working the levels with the shots, head and body, really accurate with that left, round the right elbow of Procrunas.
And you watch what you see what he's doing there with the hand speed and just touching the target, because that's obviously what he's been doing as an amateur to be so successful. Oh, that changes in just 2 or 3 fights. Oh, he won't throw 6 punches, he'll throw 3 or 4, and there'll be more weight in the shots, and he'll turn into the punches a little bit more.
Won so much as an amateur. 3 NABC titles, a couple of Haringey Box Cups, European Box Cup golds, and of course the bronze medal in Paris, mostly on skills, but yeah, when he got caught, he liked to fight as well, Lewis Richardson, so he could be entertaining as well as the show of speed and skill and agility, and his boxing IQ is fabulous.
Yeah, it's on point, it really is. You mentioned the Haringey Box Cup, me and Barry will be there next weekend. The zone showing that.
I'm not fighting with the Harry, am I?
Matt Holland is here, of course, of Ipswich Town, who stay in the Premier League. Unfortunately, finished a couple of weeks ago. Colin McMillan there alongside him. What a fighter he was. Sweet Sea Barry and I were talking about that earlier. There they are, best of frenemies these days, Eddie and Frank. Who's going to get the victory as they head back down the A12 later? Justice Hooney, Eddie's charge, and of course Fabio Wardley, who's moved from Matron to Queensberry, and there is Kieran McKenna as well. Gets a huge cheer, manager of Ipswich. They want to bounce straight back from the championship. Wonderful old club. I remember as a kid, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I watched John Walk and Alan Brazil and all the greats back then. Terrific days, Ipswich, great club.
It really is. Where's Liam Delap, Chelsea's new number 9?
Chelsea, of course, in the Club World Cup that you can see on DAZN starting next week. Huge tournament. Get involved in that.
if Chelsea get to the final, I'm going to take Darren out. I'll take it. I'll take
They're
it.
going to beat Real Madrid, Manchester City. All the greats, apart from Liverpool, we're not in it. Or Ipswich. It'll be good fun though, won't it?
Of course it will.
Lewis Richardson here, second half of this one. I think he'll look to go the 6 rounds tonight in his pro debut. Sharpen those tools. He's been out of the ring for a while. Been doing a few bits and pieces behind closed doors, sparring, getting used to what it should be like as a professional, but you never know until you get under the lights and put the small gloves on, Darren.
He's boxing really well. I like the defensive work going unnoticed, really. The way he's just slipping and sliding. Look at that step to his right, lovely. Kukunes just sort of almost standing in the same position he was and really going through the gears there. Good work from Richardson.
It's much better than with a little bounce to his step there, just give him a bit more fluency and then just drop your hands a bit and show off. I think this is the fight where you're going to afford to do that sort of stuff.
Upping the tempo. Fans are enjoying this, and it's really filling up here at Portman Road. 20,000 expected in here to see Fabio Wardley and Justice Hooney coming up a little bit later. Remember, Pierce O'Leary, the hot Irishman, is up next. It's a fabulous night, live on the Zone, June the 7th. What a summer ahead.
I think his jab can be fantastic, Lewis Richardson. He's really accurate with it, but I think he can start stepping in with it and turning it as his career develops, and I think that might be a really good weapon.
So many southpaws these days. I remember Frankie Gavin, James DeGale, Billy Joe Saunders all turning at the same time. 3 southpaws there. You look at Moses Atama, who was here ringside earlier. Alexander Usyk controlling the heavyweight world. These port-siders, Darren, are a nightmare, aren't they?
They are a nightmare, they really are. Luckily for me, down at the Repton Amateur Boxing Club, they seem to breed them down there, so I never minded a southpaw, but I tell you what, Lewis Richardson really is a classy operator.
Audley Harrison came from there, didn't he?
He did indeed. Daniel Happy.
All trained by a Welshman.
Just lovely movement, fluency from Lewis Richardson.
Mind your foot, Lewis.
Yeah, winning this at a canter. Great on the eye, though. Backstage. Taping up time. Fabio Wardley getting primed for battle. Darren, what was it like when you used to get your hands wrapped at this stage? What would go through your mind?
Do you know what? It was one of the worst moments for me. You'd have someone from the other team in there watching you, and you know, the nerves are flowing. You know, you're getting closer to that moment. But I used to like, you know, knowing that your moment's away. This is what you live for. All the hard work's done. You're ready now. You're ready for war.
I've always wanted to know, what do they scribble on the tape? Because you see the gloves taken off afterwards, and you don't quite know what it is.
Good luck.
Keep your hands up.
Keep your hands up. Did you enjoy that, being taped up, or were you nervy?
But do you know what? I never had my hands taped up until my first professional fight, and it was just an amazing experience because you put them on and you just go, wow, this is something special, and then you realise that you can't punch, and so it's not a waste of time. But yeah.
Lewis Richardson has the little gloves on for the first time. Middleweight division probably will go down to super welter. You'd have thought. Tall he is at 28. The man from Colchester, and he's already done 4 rounds.
That's a pace and comfortable as well.
Blown by, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's boxed really well. He's controlled everything as we thought he would. There's been a nice calmness to his approach as well. Showing that bristling hand speed. As Darren said, the footwork's been really good. And I think that jab is going to develop into even a better weapon than it already is.
It's a rich front row over there with Frank Eddy, Francis Warren, Spencer Brown here as well. Of course, part of the Justice Hooney team. It's a real divide, Matchroom and Queensberry tonight. But the best thing is, we get them both on the Zone.
It's brilliant. I mean, the main event, it really is intriguing. You know, the popular narrative is boxer versus puncher. And I'll tell you what, we're seeing a classy boxer here in Lewis Richardson. speed, a hand, a foot, his reaction. You see in between the 2 or 3 shots that he throws, he just leans back or takes a quick step back, then he'll fire in with another blistering combination. Nice little left uppercut again from Richardson.
And he'll start to get that lateral movement as you do as a pro. You start to get a little bit lower and your stance is slightly wider. So you just start to roll with shots, where in the amateur game you don't do that as much. And all that will just develop over a few fights. And I think for someone like him, with his boxing brain, and you see the corner, I think, quite intelligent, I think that'll develop quite rapidly for him. And then all the other stuff is just down to, if he has certain things that you can't teach or learn, you have to just experience it, find out about your desire, your resistance to punches and all that sort of stuff. Is you don't know how that's going to be until you're in that moment.
Dmitry Prokhonis covering up. Defensively, pretty sound. Can't cope with the speed of punch from Richardson, but he's making sure that he gets through this. And hats off to him, because he's been under the cosh from the beginning. Richardson hasn't let off him. Working head and body. And good defence there too from the Colchester man.
Yeah, extremely sharp, honestly. And those defensive skills really will carry him a long way, along with the speed that he possesses. So important to go through the levels.
Well, we're talking football here in Ipswich, and it's the FIFA Club World Cup, which is almost upon us. DAZN, the official global broadcaster for the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. 32 of the world's biggest football clubs. Next week it starts, June the 14th. Watch all 63 matches, only on DAZN. Real Madrid, Man City, Chelsea, a whole load more. Compete for the greatest prize in club competition. The question, Darren Parker, can the Blues do it?
They will do it. And I'll be there because Barry's taking me.
It's going to be the best boat ride he's ever experienced in his life.
The long way. Lewis Richardson, a bounce to his step into the final round of what's been a very sweet and successful professional debut against Dmitry Prokhonis. Bright guy, intelligent in the ring. He's got a master's degree in sports business management as well. Lewis Richardson, don't mess with him.
No, he's really switched on. I was with him a couple of months ago, and like I say, you just got to speak to him, and he's so ambitious, he's so switched on, intelligent as you've mentioned there, and yeah, he's got the talent as well, bundles of it. Shown us a lot here, hasn't he? Defensively sound, so quick.
And the judgment of distance, Darren, is really good, isn't it?
Incredible, it really is. And look, as we've said, there are things to work on. He will sit down on the shots as time progresses. He will start really turning the hips through the shots. But that takes time, that takes experience.
I don't think it'll be long for him. I think it'll be a rapid improvement with him. About sitting down on the shots, all the stuff that takes a while to learn.
Is that about experience in momentum of early fights with different opponents? Is it about gym work? Is it about great coaching? Or is it just a mixture?
It's a combination, Adam, it really is.
And understanding, because you don't know until you've been in a professional contest. You train for it, you do it, and all your career is being about being fleet-footed, fast hands to win these amateur tournaments. Now they're saying, yeah, all that's good, but you start sitting down on your shots because power is more important than it's ever been before. So it's that adaptation, but I think, for the talent that people like him have, they can adapt quite quickly.
I've just been watching his feet for the last 20 seconds or so, Lewis Richardson, and he glides, he moves effortlessly around the squared circle. He really is beautiful to watch, great balance, pivots side to side. He's going to be a really, really good fighter to watch, and whether he can develop that, I guess, professional strength, the power, we wait and see, but he's got the dazzling hand speed, and he's going to be a handful, really, at any level.
Yeah, he will, and all that happens with time is it moves from quantity to quality. You know, these are quality shots, but probably throwing more than he needs to. You start planting your feet. Everything just ever so slightly slows down as far as work rate's concerned. You can still be busy, but you start sort of planting your feet a little bit more, turning the hips into the shot. But there's so much talent here. There really is. Again, that goes unnoticed. Just a little tiny fraction of a sway back to miss the shot, then he fires straight back with his counters. Brilliant.
And I tell you what, he's fought at a decent pace as well, and he's dictated everything about it. So every exchange starts with him. I know he's up against an opponent who's just coming to give him the rounds, but still, you know, the thought and the work ethic is good.
Well, he was meant to win. He was meant to win comfortably. It was a boxing masterclass in his professional debut, no doubt about that. Much, much tougher tests ahead, but the start is a good one. High quality fighter, Lewis Richardson, welcome to the professional business. Well done to Dimitri Prokinas, not easy, 6 rounds at that sort of pace against a fighter of Richardson's quality. And it's a good corner, it's a good start, and it will be fascinating to watch how he develops, the speed that Frank Warren takes him, and whether Lewis Richardson can move into title contention in the next 2 or 3 years and up to world level. All to be answered. Big smile, tough to get his professional debut underway, but he did it with ease. Ring Magazine, show number 3, July the 12th. 2 huge co-main events. Hamza Shiraz up to face Edgar Berlanga. Shakur Stevenson against William Zabeda for the WBC World Lightweight title. A blockbuster night from New York City, live on DAZN. Lewis Richardson, it'll be 60-54, unanimous, great performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Kieran McCann, scores the contest 60-54 for your winner and successful in his professional boxing debut, Lewis Richardson.
Congratulations to Colchester's Lewis Richardson, who's up and running. Respect to Dimitri Prokinas, who is the first of many opponents that lie in wait for the Olympic bronze medalist and potentially future big star of the sport.